Good morning, my friends. No, it's not Friday Night Live. It's Friday Morning Live. I'm coming to you early today, and I'm recording this because I have some very special things to share with you. This is just so you know, this is going to be a long session, okay? Because the same time I'm talking to you, I'm also creating a tutorial for new tools for program exploration and organization. So this is going to be a long, a long live, but don't worry, I'm recording it and I am going to save it for you in the stage 2, which is application. So it's good to see you this morning. You can say hi. I don't expect for you to stay for this whole thing. But if you want to, that'd be awesome. And if you have any questions, you can certainly put them in the chat and I will answer them live here. So I'm doing this because I want you as members to have this first. I was working till very late last night on this because I'm having a webinar tonight. That's why I'm not doing Friday Night Live tonight. And I worked really hard on it. I said, I want my members to have this first before anyone else. I do have some of these things over in stage 2 in the application boot camp, but I think this is better. I'm improving it. It's new and improved. Okay, so for a couple of things there. So just stay if you want, or you can pop out. That's fine. I appreciate you being here. Of course. So what we're going to do is I am going to show you a little bit about 3 things. The Residency, the new enhanced Residency Explorer tool that just came live on Monday. Also a little bit about Frida, and then also about this tool that I've created for you, which is an organizer to help you with your program list at the beginning. Also, you can use it to share with your mentors or your family to try to get feedback from them about programs that you are considering to apply to. But also, I've made it so that you can use it for the entire interviewing season, and then you can refer back to it as those interviews come back in, right? As the interviews come in, the invitations, I should say, as the invitations come in, then you can narrow down on the programs that you are wanting to rank, okay? So you will go into the interview. It'll help you prepare for the interview first. I'm sorry. So it helps you prepare or decide which, sorry, I'm gonna go back. It does a few things for you. It helps you prepare your program list. It helps you prepare for your interviews, and it helps you to organize your rank order list. That's what I wanted to say. I was up real late. So those are the 3 things that we're going to talk about, which is the Enhanced Residency Explorer tool, how you can use Frida, along with this organizer that I've created. So I'm going to do it. That before it was kind of disjointed, but now I'm going to try to pull it all together. Okay, so here are some slides that I am sharing tonight. But like I said, I wanted to be able to share with you first. So there is a new enhanced Residency Explorer tool. And so we're going to go to that, but I'm just going to show you some slides here. So this is what it looks like. So you have to have a profile. You have to, make your account. And the first place they tell you to go is to My Profile. And there it's going to narrow down, I would say, a little bit based on what it is that what's important to you. So if we look on it, sorry, I got to log in. I should have done this already. It's okay. Sorry. I should have 2-step account, but I don't. Verification. Okay, so this is it live. So you've got all these, you know, you've got these drop down things, and you can certainly, you know, choose any of these. That's fine. Oh, by the way, start off by typing in your specialty there. That's really important. And then, but there's other things here. I'm not exactly sure if you really want to do any of these things, except for one of them here. You could put a minimum of, let's say, 10% IMGs, but I'll show you where you don't even need that really. So my suggestion is to kind of skip this for now at the beginning, because it will limit who you see, right? Okay, so so like I said, I think you can skip it for now, but you can actually go back later and then start, you know, start putting some of these things in there. So that's the first step. And then the next step is explore. And so these will help you narrow it down a little bit more. So you refine it by the location, the state, the region, and then visas. So I think that's what's important here. If you look on the left side, you might want to refine it by region, you know, to start with. So I wouldn't put more than one region, just one region at a time. If there is a particular state or even zip code, you can do that. But I think it's probably better to start with it by, you know, region. And then, of course, if you need a visa, you know, that's really important to put in there as well. And then if you are looking for, you know, categorical and prelim, you know, you might want to click that, okay? But I'm just going to keep it off for now. Okay, so this is what it looks like to start. So now you're just looking at the non-US IMG rate. So these are the percentage of those applicants invited to interview. So what that means is, so this doesn't mean that, this means that 9% of the non-US IMGs who applied actually got invitations. So I don't think this is this is not really what's important to you. Okay, and I'll tell you why, just, you know, bear with me. So what I've done now is I've just clicked these to compare. I've clicked these just because you need to compare. That's where you want to go. That's what I'm going for this. Actually, the profile isn't that important. The explore isn't that important, except maybe J1. I think that the most important button on this new enhanced is the compare. Okay, so my profile, then explore, and then now, oh, I did miss something, so I'm glad I went back to that. If I go here and just click, I can expand it out, and then you'll see the profile. But I still think this is not where you should start, okay? I don't even think, I think it's, you start at the end. For IMGs, to me, it makes more sense. So you can go backwards and find this information. So I think that compare is the most important thing. Sorry, let's go there, and I'm going to go to compare. So what you have to, but let me say, you have to go to explore first, and you have to click some here in order to compare them. You have to have this clicked. If you can't just do that without, you can't compare without clicking those, you know, checking those boxes. So now if I click compare programs, you'll see all these characteristics that you can compare them with. But at the beginning, I believe there's really only one that you need to click, and it's this one. Okay, so choose this one. Composition of applicants invited to interview by medical student type. So let me show you. So you can skip all this for now, but you can definitely go back. So if I submit that, let's see what it looks like. So now I can tell, this is the really important number. right down here. The percentage of applicants invited to interview by applicant type. This is where you find your IMG friendly. I mean, definitely how many residents are there from that are IMGs, present residents. But I think if you're trying to decide who to apply to and you're an IMG, this is the number that's important. Okay, so 66% of all applicants who applied to Lincoln Medical and Mental Health Center program, 66% of them were IMG, non-US IMGs. 16% were US IMGs, DOs, then MDs. You see? So this is the most important number for you to know to determine if a program is IMG friendly. Got it? So that's like, oh my gosh, bam. All of a sudden, you know, this is what you need. This is the number that you need to decide if a program is IMG friendly. Now, it may not really matter to you. You might be super, super competitive. You might have a top-notch, application, stellar LORs. I mean, just, all kinds of connections to a particular program. So this may not be a process that you need to do, but I think for the majority of IMGs, this is the place to start to figure out if a program is IMG friendly. I hope that's clear. So now what do you do with it? I'm gonna go back. Now I'm gonna introduce you to the Residency Program Discovery and Alignment Organizer. There's something like this in my Stage 2, the Application Bootcamp. I'm going to be updating it though, because this is much better. I've been working on this really hard. So what you're going to do is you're going to make your own copy of this, and then you'll be able to edit it. So I'm going to be sharing it with you as a viewer. So then you need to come over here and make a copy, and then you'll have your own copy. So this is how I have set it up. I've got a place. Are you going to use one of your signals for this program? The name, the program code, you're going to need that later for applying to it. The website and the email, the region. Look at this. Look what I did for you guys. Here's a drop down. So you can put what region. You can put the visa sponsorship. You can say, see that number, 66%. Are they IMG friendly? 66%. And then am I competitive? That would be that's like their step 2 CK. I should say step 2 CK. I should put it here. Step 2 CK, right? Step 2 CK is minimum score is 240. And then you have to decide now, is this based on your competitiveness? Is it a match? Is it a reach, a match, or a safety program? A reach would be something that you may not be exactly the best candidate for, but you still want to do it. One is when you're in alignment. Safety means you feel like it would, you're most certainly going to get an invitation. So you have to decide about that. Now, the rest of this from K through P, those are for you to prepare once you get an interview, okay? Once you get an interview, you want to fill these out to prepare for an interview. So there's kind of 2 sections. There's A through J to help you with your program list, and K through P to help you prepare for your interview. I don't think there's any other tool like this around. I'm open, by the way, for improvements, if you can let me know how to improve this. And certainly, once you make your own copy, you can add, or take out columns as you want. Or you can, you know, I've gotten this for the top 25. You could, you know, duplicate it and then make your second 25, right? You could do that, or you could just, you know, put them down here if you like. All you have to do is, you know, copy. Oh, actually, I don't know how to do that, but I can show you how to do that if you need to. It's actually pretty easy. When you're doing these, it's actually, I'll show you just really quickly. Data validation, you click it over here. So this is for column A, and then you can change this. So instead of it going to 26, you could have it go to 50 if you wanted. And then look, it adds it all the way down there. So you can do that. I just thought for ease that we do just for 25 per page, just because that's what you can see. And you can do that for any one of these. This is so it's called data validation. You wouldn't want to change this one or this one though. And then for signaling, I've got gold, silver for internal medicine and some other specialties, or yes, no. So that's all you have to decide. So I hope that's helpful. So what I've done now is I've gotten all the information and I've put it there. And then I said, yes, I want to give this one a gold signal. Of course, you don't have to do that at the beginning. You can wait. That's the last step. And you can figure all that out. So that is that's the Residency Explorer, and that's the best thing about this. Now let's go on to Frida. So especially if you are OBGYN, you're going to want to go to Frida because they have this thing called the Alignment Check Index, or ACI. Unfortunately, this is only for OBGYN. It's not good for any of the other specialties. And then I wanted to say that OBGYN can use the Residency Explorer tool. I mean, the specialty is there. You're welcome to use it for now, what they said. So that's what the AAMC said in this webinar that I went to. I went to so many webinars, y'all. So your alignment check index will see, it's going to ask you questions about your academics, work experience, you know, all these things, and then it'll generate a score which will give you an initial program ranking. Okay, so this is what it looks like here. You kind of have to make your own account, and then you know you just go through like this, you know, figure out. You have to be honest about this. That is really what's important, because if you, if you're not honest, it's not going to be helpful. Okay, so like if you don't have any research experience, you got to put none. Teaching experience, and then it gives you a score, and it shows you matches, loading programs. So here are the programs that match. Okay. Based on my score of what I put in. Now, you don't have to use that ACI. You can just go straight here and you can search for programs. So I'm going to show you this in a minute, but and that's how you change specialties. So you can view all specialties and you can choose whatever specialty that you want here. So you could take this out, but you have to have some specialty. Right? And so you gotta click one of these here. I'm just gonna stick with OBGYN here. LMNO. Where are you? God, there's a lot of specialties. Okay, so I'm gonna do that one here. And then I can also use filters over this way as far as, you know, if I just want to look at the ones in the Mid-Atlantic, you see? So we've got that here, and then you might want to also choose at least the visa that you need. I wouldn't do any of these for now. I don't think this is going to limit what you can see. So I don't think that's great. Another thing though, one thing about Frida that it has over the Residency Explorer is this map. So this is super cool. The other one doesn't have a map. So yeah, it's not just the Mid-Atlantic region. So like if you don't really know the United States very well, you can look at the map and it'll show, you can click it and it will show you which one. It says the score is 29. That's based on what the probability that I am in alignment with this program. Okay, so I guess I can't click it from there. How do I get back to it? Okay, well, I guess this is just to, I guess you can't click it from there. So I guess you can save it though. All right, so I'm going to get out of there. So at least you can see it. So here's the list. Okay, and then I guess you'll have to go back to the list from there. Now, if I click this, so the higher the score, the more in alignment my, the more competitive I am, right? So this score is based like on your, how strong of a candidate are you for that program. It doesn't guarantee you anything. It just gives you a good idea if this is a reach program, a match program, or a safe program. So the higher this number, then you're safe. The lower the number, so if I was to go down here, let's just say to, what's the very last one? Well, let's just say, okay, this says in A, so I guess maybe they don't do that. But here's one that's 24, so that's more of a reach program than, you know, this top one with 34. Okay, but it's relative. It's relative. Now, if I click on to, by the way, if you already have gone to Residency program, Residency Explorer, that's where I recommend that you start. Then you can go here to the program code, copy, go to Frida, and then you can search programs, put the program number in there, and then it'll take you straight to that one so that you can see what Frida shows that Residency Explorer may not. Okay, so of course there's like all these people, you need to save those at some point, maybe not right at the beginning. You can go back and fill those in as you get invitations, right? Or you can do it, you know, when you're on here, just whatever you want to do, it's fine. This shows like if you are interested in community-based or rather than university, that'll tell you something. There is a few things here that are important. If you go to program and work schedule, you'll see some of the information here that can help you decide if you're competitive. So one of the things are, one interesting thing, I don't know if it helps you, last year they did 670 interviews. So keep that in mind when we talk later about being, you know, crafting unforgettable interview responses. You need to do that because they can't remember you out of 670. So I'm going to show you that next, you know, in the next, you know, in the next webinar for sure. The other thing is required letters of recommendation. So that may be something, so here you go, required letters of recommendation is 3. So if you go over here, you know, minimum letters of, that wasn't in Residency Explorer, you see, 3 LORs. And that should be 3 LORs in that specialty in internal medicine. If you've got 2 LORs from, you know, like neurology and 1 from internal medicine, that's not great. You need 3 from that one, or at least 1 very strong one, I should say. So, all right, then there's some other things. This one I thought was great. Is earliest, okay, interview period. You see this? 11/4 to 12/24. So you should not be freaking out in the middle of October because you didn't get an interview, an invitation, right? The invitations, you know, the period is later. So through all this time is when they're interviewing. And then there's another one, you know, the step scores. Do they take an attempt? Is that one here? Level 1 minimum score must have passed. You know, it doesn't mean that you had to have passed at some point. So I don't think that helps. There's the visa, and this is the current resident fellow characteristic. So 95.6% of all of the residents are IMGs. It doesn't tell you if it's US or non-US, but still, that's a huge number. Okay, so you know for sure that it is IMG friendly, for sure. And there's plenty of other things that you can look at. I would say try not to go to any of this at the beginning, because especially if you're one of these crazy people doing 200 programs, by the way, I don't recommend that. I think that you're wasting your money. I know it's a numbers game, but it's better to go for quality applications than quantity. Okay, so that's what I have to say about that. I think you should go, and by the way, if you want to, let's go back. Where am I? If you want to compare programs, you can't do that in Frida unless you join. You have to join, and you have to do this membership, and they won't let me become a member because I'm not a student or resident, so I can only have a free account. So I can't really show you what that means, but I mean, you can always compare them back on Residency Explorer for free. So I just wanted to let you know that there's not really an option to compare these, but you can compare them on your own here in your organizer. By the way, I've also have another page of helpful links. This is everything here that you can just click on if you know, and I would think make you a bookmark folder for all these, but until you do, there they are right there. Let's see. I want to go back here. I think I got away from myself. Oh, also, I didn't show you this, but Frida shows the year of graduation as well. So that will help you. It'll show you dates of interviews and how many interviews last year. I talked to you about that. Okay. So that's it. That is, I'm done with that one. Oh gosh, how did I do? Hi Mina, good to see you. So that is my tutorial for using the Residency Explorer tool, the enhanced one. It's really good. The Frida, if you use those in conjunction, you can figure out, you should be able to figure out which programs are a reach for you, a match, or a safe program, and then you can determine which ones to use your signals for. I think it'll be easier for you to figure out which ones you want to use your signals for if you start using that organizer. So I think it's good, y'all. Like, I stayed up really late. And like I said, if there's anything that you think that I could add, I'm all for it. Okay, I'm all for it. So I hope that will help you. If you would like, so if you are one of my premium mentees, we can meet together and do some brainstorming on that page, okay, about if you're still kind of confused. If you're not one of my premium mentoring package, if you've come in on the PowerPack or another plan, it's okay. You can still set up a time with me, and as members, you can set up a time with me, and there's a fee, you know, but there's a link right there in the application boot camp right at the top. So if you want me to look at your application or your personal statement, or if you want to do some brainstorming, remember, a brainstorm is better than a brain drizzle. It's better to have two people. And of course, you want to talk to your family and other mentors as well. You want to find out about the program. I mean, yeah, you might be a safe program, but maybe it's super toxic. So there are other things to consider besides my organizer. And that's why I put a place for notes as well. Or did I? I'm going to do it right now. So notes about the culture, or the environment of it. And the more you research about programs, the more you'll figure that out. You can also reach out to your seniors who might be there. That's another step. You can go to the program's website and see who their residents are and where they went to school. And I think it's okay if you reach out to them on LinkedIn, because a lot of them are there. So if you reach out to them on LinkedIn and just say, what do you think about it? Just ask them a question. Don't ask them for them to get you an interview. Please don't do that. I think you know better. But ask them just what the culture's like and how, what's the best thing about the program. If you just ask genuine questions like that, then like if you're not sure, you're on the fence about where to use your signals, then that's another way to do it. So yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of the events, like online social events kind of thing, that doesn't happen until some of those happen early. So get on their list if that's the case. But some of that doesn't happen until after the application. So, okay, so that's what I have. I hope it was helpful. I'm gonna post this, and I'm gonna probably trim it down a little bit from this last part rambling. But I'm going to post it in the application boot camp. It'll be there and I'm going to switch out that program discovery page for this new and improved. I was just so inspired by y'all. I wanted to do something that would be helpful. And I know maybe you won't want to use it, but I got it there for you. I got your back. Got your back. Okay, you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. Hey, you can join me tonight in the webinar if you like. I'll be going through some other things, but this I'm not going through as much tonight because it's going to take too long. So I'll probably offer this recording to, like as a show up bonus or something. So anyway, see you guys soon. Bye. Bye, Nina.